welcome to my garden. First, I would like to welcome all our new subscribers who just subscribed to our videos. Welcome. Very glad to have all of you. And before I start my videos, I always like to say that we live in southwestern France, and we are originally from Colorado, and I am gardening in Zone 8B, so everybody know where my garden is. So I wanted to let you know today that I'm going to plant a few things, and I thought maybe I can take you along and show you what I'm planting. I have some, so today I'm planting some echinaceas, and I'll talk about it here in just a moment. But I wanted to talk about this area first. First, I wanted to bring your attention to our fence here. You can see this is a divide, this is a division right here between us and our neighbor, and today they removed all the pine trees. So I don't know if you remember my garden from previous videos, but this area here was fully, you can see those pine trees, it was all the way down to here. And it was kind of honestly nice to have that background, like a green background. Oh, I'm a little bummed about moving those trees, but I understand why they did it, because I think they have swimming pool and all the pine needles were getting there, and just I know they're a bit messy trees. But here we are. We will have lots of sun. We'll just do the best of it with what we have. So let's go ahead and see what's going on in this area of the garden. First, I wanted to show you that we have some Ito peonies here that are looking really good. You can see they have lots of buds, and it's starting to really poke through. Look at this color. Isn't this just stunning? I don't know the name of this Ito peony. I don't think it was labeled when I bought it a while back. So this is looking really good, and I am absolutely loving the irises this year. I don't know, like my irises did not do as good in the previous years, and maybe they're just matured this year. I don't know, but this year suddenly they're just looking really glorious. They're just perky, and they're just really just kind of strong this year. I love it. They look really great, and all areas. Also, it is possible because I divided a few years back, and I started planting them in different places of the garden. But you can see now, I think I'm finally seeing them to mature and start producing lots of flowers, which is going to be really beautiful. It's looking really great. Lots of roses in this area. This is another Ito peony that is, and I will place the name. This is a long name, I can never say it. It's the Scrumda delicious. So anyway, this one is really hard. It's a mouthful. I can't ever say it, but we'll place the name on the bottom of the screen so you guys can read and see what it is. This is a really beautiful peony. It has very pleasant tones, just beautiful. I have some roses here that are growing, some pinnacle hydrangeas. This one is David Austin rose. This one is Golden Celebration. This is also David Austin rose. I have some hybrid teas. And I love how this path worked out, although you can see there's a lot of places that I can still fill these areas with different plants. But this peony is doing really good this year. This is a Coral Sunset, which is one of my absolute favorite peonies. So love this peony. This is a Japanese maple, Hinode Nishiki. It's a gorgeous Japanese maple. I absolutely adore this one. This is another interesting Ito peony. This one is called Olda Jazz, and it has very interesting red, dark, almost black stripes, and also with cream. Very interesting variety. When it starts blooming, I will take you along and show you what it is. There is another one here. It's called Bartzella. Of course, Bartzella is just a classic, beautiful, creamy yellow. You cannot. It shines from everywhere. The most beautiful peony. I consider to be one of the most beautiful peonies. They're so pretty. This is a David Aston rose. This is one of my favorite ones called Radio Times. It's not super popular like Lady of Shalott, which is right here. This is a Lady of Shalott. But it has a very lovely, beautiful pink color that it's kind of almost bubblegum pink, very, very pretty. I really love this rose bush, but again, some of the really pretty ones have been discontinued. I don't know why they discontinued some of the gorgeous ones that I wish I could get again. This one is a Lady Gardner. I absolutely adore Lady Gardner. Always very healthy, beautiful. There's Lady Emma right there. Anyway, as we continue this way, this area is very sunny area. You can see I have hydrangea paniculata. This one is a phantom. It's a tree on a tree form. Some hybrid tea roses. There's a climbing rose right here. This is a red one. I can't remember the name of this one, but I will remember that, and we'll put that on the bottom of the screen so you guys can see it. So let me just show you a little bit this way, because the Lady Banks rose is created a huge show this year for me. And for many of you who are following my videos, this is the pergola that I'm still working on. I finally got it all stained black, which is I think it turned out really nice. I absolutely love the black. It was brown in the beginning, and then I realized that I made a mistake. I decided to go ahead and repaint it into black, so I had to undo all the roses that was climbing on it and restart over again. It was not a task I wanted to tackle at all. However, I decided if I don't do it now, it's going to be now or never. So I decided I need to just go ahead and get it done. And I'm so glad that I did that. I really didn't want it to get into this project again, but I'm so glad that I did that. So yesterday I came here and I trained all the roses to go up on the pergola, and then what I need to do is come and prune this rose, any shoots that are going down. So the Lady Banks rose, it's not maybe many of the favorite ones because it's very, very aggressive rose and it's very hard to tame. But for me, I think it's just the most incredible rose. First time I've seen this in my friend's garden, and I was like, what is this rose? Like, I love it so much. And so she gave me cutting from her beautiful rose from her garden, and I can't believe that it's already have climbed. You can see it's right here. So but if you stay on it and train it, this is a great rose to cover a pergola or a big structure like this. Like I said, a lot of people have struggled with it because it's very difficult to tame. It can get massive, but for me, I just absolutely adore it. It's just nothing like those beautiful creamy yellow florets. They just look like little pearls everywhere, and just has the most beautiful look to me. I absolutely love it, especially with the dark, like a black pergola, the yellow, creamy yellow. I think it really stands out and it looks so pretty. So this area is still coming along, of course, but I really like how it's coming on. I got some work done in this area here. I decided how I'm going to do my fountain. I moved some of my hostas. These are hosta wild rose, which I had in a more of a sunny spot, and they really were struggling. So I decided to bring it into a woodland area, which is, I think, going to be, they would be really happy here. So I need to still fill this area with some more soil. And then I decided to go with something like this as a fountain. Now this fountain is going to be just a very simple maybe solar fountain, because we don't have electricity all the way here, and honestly it's going to be very costly for us for now anyway to bring any kind of electricity all the way to here. So I decided to create just a solar fountain, and what I'm going to do is probably find another layer of maybe flower pot and just have the water bubble and just create a nice soft noise in this area. If we, when we're ready to sit here, enjoy or whatever, then that will give us a little nice soft trickle of water sound. So I'm excited about this project. It's going to be fun, but what I was hoping to do is buy smaller of the same vase as a second layer. However, George and I went to the nursery and we realized that they discontinued. So now I have to figure it out, another plan that really put a damper on my plan and what I was going to do. And they always had it, but now they don't. So I have to figure out something else. But hopefully I can find something that will be at least similar color and maybe will look decent to do this. It's going to be fun either way. This is all creative project. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to get this going. And I did move some of my heucheras. You can see these heucheras are so pretty. These are red dinosaur heucheras. They have huge leaves. You can see the difference between them and the heucheras there. They just give this beautiful red tones that I thought it would be gorgeous to have on this pathway. So they were scattered a little bit. So what I did is kind of made it a little more uniformed here, which is going to be pretty to outline this path, which I'm still going to work on. And you can see this one is a beautiful Japanese maple tree. This is an autumn moon Japanese maple. Beautiful, beautiful. One of my absolute favorite ones. And this Persian chocolate, Lucy, I think it's called Lusicomia? I can't remember, but I will put the name again on the screen. What this is Lysimachia. I'm sorry. So this is a Lysimachia Persian chocolate, and so I put this ground cover here to outline both edges of the pathway, and it's looking really, really good this year. So it's really filling in. I love the contrast color here. So this area is really coming along. I'm really loving it. I just need to get the rest of the stuff going. That would be really nice. And this area here, this is a very sunny spot, so I went ahead and planted a bunch of dahlias because I really don't have a lot of really sunny spots in the garden where the dahlias will thrive, and some areas that I already have dahlias planted, they're still coming back in pretty much every year. But this area was empty, and I thought, this is a great place for dahlias. So I planted a bunch of dahlia bulbs early this spring. Hopefully this will be filled with the color. I do have an Ito peony on that side. So outlining this edge right here, you see I have shrub roses, and these are shrub roses called Da Vinci roses. And last year they did beautiful. Year before they struggled a little bit, but this year it seemed like they're doing really good, and they seem very, very healthy. Some of the roses really struggled last year, and as soon as we had a whole bunch of rain, I noticed that they already started having some dark spots. But I already treated them with fungicide. I've treated them with everything out on the book. Yeah, it's done on this roses, fertilized, everything. So I'm hoping that they will do well for me this year. We'll just have to see. But even if they get a little, dark spots, that's just, what happens with roses. And hopefully I can just remove them, maybe spray them with some fungicide again, and hopefully we can control them as we go. But for most part, they are pretty healthy. They're looking really good, I think. So, all right, let's talk about what I'm doing here. So this area here is pretty empty, although I do have some things that haven't come up yet. So for example, here you can see this one right here. This is a hibiscus. This is a hardy hibiscus, and it's called Blue Brulee. And it has, I think it's been crossed from Blue Chiffon, hardy hibiscus, and into really large flowers, and they're really beautiful. They're very, very beautiful. They're unusual, but you can see they're coming out. So they're actually going to get pretty huge here. And the bed is not super wide. Oh, and then I was really excited about this climbing rose here because I planted this only 2 years ago with as a bare root plant, not last year, but spring before. And look, I have ton of buds. I do see that I do have some aphids already showing up, but it's okay. And what I'm and this climbing rose called Colette, and Colette is absolutely gorgeous. Has very unique color. What I would like to do is have this cover this entire structure, and you know, this stuff is just doesn't, it's kind of ugly, but I found this right on a property and I decided why not to use as a support instead of just getting rid of it. So I decided to put it here and have a climbing rose, because the minute this climbing rose takes over, we probably won't even see what's behind it anyways. So, right now it doesn't look good, but I think it will eventually when it gets there. So and this climbing rose Colette is actually quite vigorous, and so I think it will not take long for it to cover this structure here. And this is a clematis. It's called Hagley's. Oh my goodness, I forgot all the names. It's a pink clematis. I'll put the name again. But I wish it was blue, because I planted this here before I moved Colette, but the Colette is also kind of pink, so I was hoping to have a little contrast. I'm not sure if I will leave this clematis here or I could move them, but if it does well, I probably will just leave them, honestly. I think they will be fine. So, but today what I'd like to do is to add Echinaceas in this area, because so I bought some Echinaceas. I'm starting to really, really love Echinacea, because they've never been my favorite plants, honestly, for some reason. Maybe because a lot of times I see very common ones, like the yellow with the dark centers. I think they call them Lazy Susan. I decided that I really need to look into it, because I have to, sunny spots where a lot of times you can see it's kind of empty. I'd like to fill with flowers that may be blooming towards the end of the summer. It's August, and in a hot season, and Echinaceas are just perfect for that, and they have a long blooming season. So I started looking, and I found so many beautiful varieties nowadays that I'm really excited to add, and I think I will continue to add them in my garden in a very sunny borders, because they continuously blooming. They have so many different varieties. I'm never bored with them, and also not only that, they are always keep going at the end of the summer when everything is kind of tired and they're taking break. The Echinaceas will keep blooming and will keep going. So that's a really, really great thing about these plants. So let's see, I wanted to show you which kinds I have. So this one, I think you can see the slugs got it, and I'm hoping that hopefully it will continue growing. They're tough plants, but look how I think they got it, because I saw some saliva here this morning and I'm like, oh my goodness, they did get to it. That's why I don't, but you can see it's growing here. So I'm hoping, I'm going to plant them anyway and see what happens. But a lot of times it can cause a lot of damage if they're just sprouting and they just eat the top. Sometimes they just, it's not good. I did lose a few plants that way. However, Echinaceas are tough, so I'm hoping that it's not going to be the case. But I forgot to tell you, so this one is called Sunseeker's Rainbow, and I really, really wanted these plants. They are Echinacea Sunseeker's Rainbow. I hope you can see that. And the Sunseeker's Rainbow is very interesting, because on one bush they change their colors from pink to salmon to corals, and have really interesting variations of colors. So I'm really excited to plant more of these varieties. And I have 3 of them. So I have another variety here called Sunseeker's Salmon. This one also interested me very much. I'm hoping to plant them maybe in a group and have them just create a beautiful show here in one corner. And then I have another one that's called Irresistible. This one is a very, very pretty kind of cantaloupe color, almost very pretty yeah, the orangey color. I need more of this, but but they had only one, so I'm going to plant only this one for now, and then probably will. Yeah, so I'll have one, but I will add more of these. So, all right, let's go ahead and figure it out where I want them to be planted. Looks like this is a 9 bark, and I think, I'm not sure if this one is live or not. Doesn't look like this is live. I was keep letting it, I just keep waiting to see if there is this might be live, but it's not. So I might just leave this a little longer, because I have a plan for this section right here. So I'm going to leave this part alone until I get that plant, which I will tell you when it's time to plant that. So for now, I'm going to just wait a little longer and see what it's going to do. But you can see this is the same one. This is a 9 bark Diablo, I believe, and it has really it's very, very pretty, and it's going to stay small. It's not going to get big, and of course I can prune them if I wanted to, but mostly I planted these plants just so I can use them in my decorations for a bouquet, and it looks really nice. So that's the same plant, and I think maybe it didn't make it this year. So here, I think these are rainbows. Okay, I'm finished planting my Echinaceas in this flower bed, and you can see I have one right here, couple of them just along the way, and I think I'm going to add more as I go, because I last year I really enjoyed them in my garden. They were just such a treasure in a hot sun. They brought beautiful color. They're very weather resistant, hot sun resistant, and I think they're just going to be really nice to have them in this garden. And I said, they have so many beautiful varieties now. They're definitely the flowers that I'm going to look into for the sunny flower borders. So now let's go to another bed really quick. I have one more plant that I need to plant, and which is very exciting to me. I wanted to get this plant for a really long time, and for some reason every time either I couldn't find it here in France, or just I don't know, it just didn't work out. But I was finally able to get them. Very excited, and I'll show you what they are really quick here. So we're coming back to this area here. So this is a part shade area, because you can see that everything has done well in this area, even hostas. I do have enough light now, which is nice, because we did remove some trees, and it gets enough light, but also it's a part shade, which is, all the plants have done really well here. So I wanted to show you what I'm planting in this border, which is a part shade plant. And so I've never grew this before. I'm very excited. It's called Corydalis Porcelain Blue. Corydalis. And it has these gorgeous true blue flowers, and they bloom in the springtime or early summer, and they just become really nice clump. And you can see it has a very beautiful foliage as well. It's kind of like a dark in a more of a dark side, and it would really bring beautiful contrast in this area. I believe, I think it's going to be stunning. I really wanted this plant for a really long time. So I have 3, and I'm going to plant all 3 of them right here. I might add more later in this area of the garden because they just, I think they're so stunning. I believe they are zone 7, so they're kind of not as cold hardy for, you know, colder climates. But you know, for zone 7, I think you're safe to have them. Really, really pretty perennials. All right, I'll go ahead and get this planted. Okay, I'm finished planting the Corydalis. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be really beautiful to bring this beautiful true blue color into the garden. Very excited about it. As I go, everything is starting to fill in, and today was just such a beautiful day to get in the garden. It was kind of forecasted. It wasn't very hot. It was really, really nice. I hope you guys enjoy also getting into your gardens and trying to plant some plants or clean up or do some fun things. Gardening is always so much fun no matter what we do in a garden, and just being within our garden, being around the plants, just everything is just lifts and beautiful. Super, super excited for this spring. So anyway, I think this will conclude our video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you know, some of the plants you can also play in your garden that I planted today. And again, if you like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe to my videos. Have a wonderful day or week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.